Hey Virgos, this is Paragia Tarot. Today I'm asking the universe, how does your person feel about you? What are their next actions towards you? And what are their true intentions? So universe, can you please tell me what is coming up for my Virgos in love? How does the person on their mind feel towards them? And what will that person's next actions be towards Virgo? Interesting. Okay. So this person could be maybe thinking that it's over, whether it is or not. It's almost like this is someone feeling like it's easier to just accept that it's over because then they won't have to approach you. Yeah, it gets them out of their head. It releases them from the pressure of either having to face the guilt for the wrong that they've done, responsibility for it, or, it's when they tell themselves that they still have a chance, they have to face this anxiety about, whether or not it'll work out. Yeah, it's like they just want to release the burden is where they're coming from, is what it seems like. So, universe, how does this person feel towards my Virgo? Interesting. So far, I'm not getting a lot of sneaky, you know what? This person is sensing that their previous tactics did not work. And so they're thinking that if they play wounded, that you'll come to save them, is what I'm picking up here. This is someone who thinks that if they act like, oh, fine, I accept that you don't want me, that it's like they're trying to draw you out and see if you really mean it. If they stop paying attention to you, okay, fine. Fine, I'll take the Nine of Pentacles. You could be dealing with a Leo or an Aquarius. But yeah, they're hoping that this will cause you to show your colors, to see if you really do want them, because they're worried. They're acting like they think that it's completely over and that they don't have a chance, but they're hoping that that will just incite you to take action and be like, oh, and like come after them, kind of start pursuing them. Is there anything else? Any other cards, universe? Yep, because they don't want this to be over. You could be dealing with a Scorpio. All right, yeah. So with the Hierophant in the reverse, the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, this is someone who could be stepping out of a commitment or who needs to leave a commitment to be with you. It could be dealing with a Taurus. But this is someone who wants to come out of a place of being left out in the cold by you. Yeah, because of the nature of this dynamic, they feel like if they approach you, there will be conflict, and they're too shy to deal with that. They're feeling too emotionally vulnerable to absorb that, which is, I don't know, I think that's kind of stupid. Not to be a jerk, but it's like, come on, at a certain point, it's really not that hard to text somebody. Knight of Wands to the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. So they're kind of, they do definitely still care. They still desire you. They're still holding on to this desire for a relationship with you, but they're kind of testing the waters. They're thinking that if they play it a little bit indifferent, if they play it a little bit cool, they're hoping, like they're acting like they're still desirous of you, but they're acting like, oh, I'm not sure if I would actually fully invest in this. But it's just because they're unsure if you want them back. You could be dealing with a fire energy. Yeah, because with these three cards here, with the King of Wands in the reverse, the Seven of Cups, and the Two of Wands, this is somebody who's thought it over, and they don't want anybody else. They don't feel like anybody else is a real option, because they just feel like nobody else has what you have. And even though they might appear to be uncertain or in a position of trying to make a decision, they're not confused. They're just trying to like manipulate a state of being validated by you. So let's get a couple of quick clarifiers with this smaller Rider-Waite. So universe, what is this Seven of Swords to the Two of Cups in the reverse? Yeah. With the Four of Wands in the reverse here, this is somebody who could be coming out of a relationship, maybe sneaking out of a relationship. Yeah, we have 3 cards here. We have the Three of Pentacles and the Three of Cups in the reverse. So you could be the third party in this person's life, possibly. Or there could be a third party dynamic here. Let's get this other deck. Oop, oh my. One sec. All right, so what is this Seven of Swords to the Two of Cups in the reverse? How does my person, my Virgo's person, feel towards them? What is the Seven of Chasing? Yeah. So they are definitely turned on by the fact that you are basically cutting yourself off from this person. And so this is causing them to chase you, even if they're in another connection. But there is bitterness and resentment. Maybe you said hurtful or angry words towards them, or they're worried that you would say such things because they probably deserve it. Yeah, they're trying to not face the fact that they made massive mistakes with you, and that if they look at the reality of how they treated you, it leaves them feeling heartbroken over their mistake. It's like they're trying to be in denial about that. This could be somebody, for example, oh yeah, one day in the reverse. So I feel also like this person is realizing that you're not willing to take this like, oh, maybe one day, maybe eventually, you know, things will work out between us. This could be somebody who maybe at some point made a choice to go with someone else. And they are really regretting this decision. Like, I'd say that they're bitter with themselves. And they're also probably feeling that you are bitter towards them, or potentially would be if they tried to reach out. But I'm sensing, yeah, it could be a dynamic where they made a decision to go off with someone else and they really regret it. So there could be pregnancy, parenthood issues here. Maybe somebody in the mix is pregnant. And because of that, they feel mixed signals, because there's a feeling of guilt of like, you know, maybe they started a family with someone else and they really wish they hadn't because they don't really want that person. They really just wish that they were single. All right, so with the Nine of Pentacles to the Strength in the reverse, this is someone acting like they're single, and they might be, but there could also be someone who isn't. You could be just dealing with a Leo. But this is someone who doesn't want to be held back. They want to be able to act and maneuver as if they are single. Yeah, with the King of Swords in the reverse, you could definitely be dealing with an air sign, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And I'm sensing that this person is very, like, guarded and defensive and probably angry with anybody who might, I'm sensing this other party. If there is a third party in the situation, that's the person that they're probably being very cruel towards this person, because they don't want to be in that commitment. Yeah, they're definitely keeping their eyes on you. I'd say that they are trying to communicate with you soon, or even whether or not they're blocked, they're wanting to communicate with you. And they want to move things forward with you. With the Moon in the reverse, the High Priestess in the reverse, there could be some element of worrying about this coming to light and not being a secret. Because I think, you know, this obviously seems like a complicated situation. Universe, what is this Strength in the reverse? Yeah. This is somebody who feels, there could be an element here of pride, of someone who just feels like they might have missed out by virtue of missing out with you. It makes them feel like unpowerful, kind of, you know what I mean? And that's one of the reasons why they're angry about this, or that they want to offer you, they definitely want to offer you new love and a brand new start, and they don't want this to be over, but they're just procrastinating about whether or not to actually reach out and do that, or when to do it, because they want to know how you feel. They're trying to put their feelers out to decipher your reaction. Yeah, and with the Strength in the reverse, they're holding back until they can kind of decipher how they think you might react. Universe, what is this Strength in the reverse, the Star in the reverse? Beauty, charming, graceful, kind-hearted. So this is someone who sees you as very, very beautiful, charming, that you have a beautiful heart. What is this Star in the reverse, universe? Yeah, they're trying to not get too lost in their own heads. They're trying to not believe that it's hopeless. So this is like, they're really trying to, like, they're having to really dance around their own thoughts at the moment and their own emotions, because they really, they're finding it very easy to feel abandoned by you, to feel like you completely walked out on this connection. Do we have any other cards for my Virgo's person, how they feel towards Virgo? Yeah, again, they're trying to not obsess, they're trying to not spy, because it really just draws them into this daydreaming, fantasizing world, and they kind of spiral from it into a place of getting very emotional, I would say, of feeling that of just getting way too much in their head. And then when they get into that place, it's really easy for it to go dark, for it to turn kind of not so good. So how does my Virgo's person feel towards my Virgo? How does my Virgo's person feel towards Virgo? The passion is too much. Interesting. So they are overwhelmed with passion for you, and they're trying to just not think about it. I'm sensing also that they feel like the way that you believed in them was so rare and was so valuable. They took it for granted when they had it, but they're really realizing that no one else has provided them with that the way that you have. Is there anything else for my Virgo's person and how they feel towards Virgo? Oh. They feel really undeserving of you. They really do. And they're wondering, will this pain ever stop? Will I ever stop being in love with Virgo? Will I ever stop regretting Virgo? Because this could be somebody that you've known for years, potentially. But don't put up with my BS. So this is also somebody who understands that there's an element of BS in this, and they like it when you don't put up with it, and when you don't empower it. All right, let's ask this deck if we have any messages. Universe, can you give me any messages for my Virgos regarding their person and this situation? How does their person feel towards them? So challenges, make a decision and work on inner healing. So I feel like this is for you, looking at the reality of the situation, needing to choose where you're going to put your energy. Needing to choose, and I feel like this is saying, because we have Earth sign after that, this is saying focus on yourself. Whether or not this turns into a situation where you end up with this person or not, the best thing that you can do is just don't focus on it. Focus on yourself. Focus on your own success, on your own happiness, so that one way or another you come out healthy, and happy. Let's get one of these down here. Universe, can you give me any pointers about what's coming up in this situation for Virgo? Oh, your commitment is being tested. And I sense that this is saying commitment to the lessons that you've learned. That this person could be, for some of you, someone that is almost presenting a test for you, and that you need to show your commitment to care for yourself, and to not over nurture others, to not sacrifice or negate self or your own boundaries, just to care for someone else, which I know that's a very Virgo trait, being a Virgo myself. Is there anything else that you can say to my Virgos? Surrender to the divine. Yeah, so I feel like this is just saying be at peace, focus on yourself, and just don't worry about the situation. Don't be drawn into the torment or the drama of it. Just believe that everything's going to be just fine. Surrender to the will of the divine and take care of yourself and just watch the whole thing unravel. So do we have any timing? Are there any important dates coming up? Oh, by the end of the week. So you could hear from this person by the end of this week. Definitely. Next full moon. So I would say that that would probably be sometime around the end of the first week of July, I believe, would be the next full moon. Any other timing insights for my Virgos? September, your birthday. So also 23 could be an important number. It could be somebody watching this whose birthday is 23rd. So yeah, something important could be coming up for you in September. Or this could be saying, you know, keep your eyes on something that's coming up for you in September. Maybe you're planning to celebrate for your birthday, something like that. You know, like this could be something that will help you distract yourself from the situation by focusing on it, because you're happy about what's coming up for you. Anyways, Virgos, I hope that this has helped you, and I will speak to you soon.